Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 6 of The Expanse. I really liked the last episode, so much so that I might have gotten a new t-shirt, Screaming Firehawks. I don't know what that means. Let's just say like I know it's an Expanse t-shirt. I know that it's part of the Expanse because Alex mentions it when they're renaming the ship. But I don't know if it's mentioned again. Hopefully it is, because now I have a t-shirt. You can buy it in the description box below. It's just Amazon, which, like Amazon makes the show, so they make the t-shirt. It's like Spaceballs. And Spaceballs, the t-shirt. Oh, anyway, moving on. Fred Johnson. We are on our way to see Fred Johnson at Tycho Station, and I don't know if we can trust Fred Johnson. He's OPA, so I don't know if that's good or if that's bad. Naomi doesn't seem to trust him, and Naomi was being accused of being OPA. So if she is OPA, I feel like she would trust him, unless he's really bad and he's in the bad part of the OPA and she knows not to trust him. It gets a little convoluted. But she was hesitant to trust him, and Amos was kind of falling in line behind her, but kind of talked her into it at the same time. He's always there to support her and have her back, but then, behind the scenes, he's like, "Hey, let's talk about this because, normally I can get behind you because I know you're making the right decision, and I don't know if this was the right decision." And Holden actually mentions that they are the survivors of not only the Doninger, but also the Canterbury, and they look like terrorists. So they have to have a way to prove their innocence. And the only thing that I could think of that would help them is the little chip that Lopez was given by Yao. And I don't know. We saw Lopez in a body bag, and I don't know what happens to bodies in space. Like, do they just throw them into space, or do they keep him and do something with him? Because they were saying that it's not really good that they have a dead Martian on their ship. But if Lopez still has that chip, then maybe there's the proof to prove their innocence. I don't know what's on that chip. I would assume that it might be something to exonerate our group. TBD. So now we're on the Rocinante. I don't know if that's going to be annoying of me saying it that way, but it seems like a romantic way to say a ship's name. But I don't know if this is our ship. I don't know if this is our Enterprise. I don't know if this is our Millennium Falcon. I don't know. And we've jumped ships so many times that I'm not going to get attached to one, especially because Screaming Firehawks seems to be the t-shirt. You don't have to tell me. I will love to find out, but I'm not going to get attached yet. I feel like I shouldn't get attached to anybody or anything really on this show, period. Um, Poor Shed, poor Lopez. But Havelock made it. So there's that. And Miller was taken. So he was at Julie's apartment and he has the chip that was inside the mouse that the data broker probably gave her. I don't know what's on the chip. Probably some deliciousness. But he puts it in his hat and then he gets taken. And I'm like, that's the first time I've ever been happy that he's had that hat on. Because who's going to look in the rim of his hat? Yeah. As soon as I say that, I was like, this episode might open with them going, "Oh, look, a chip." I'll feel stupid, but at the same time, that's exactly 100% how that was going to go. And Octavia knows that Miller is still looking into Julie, and with Havelock being alive and her knowing like that he's still investigating this and him possibly being missing, I mean, they might let him go, they might not. I don't, again, I can't read this show or shit. But I could figure those two might have a reason to go look for him and investigate further. We didn't get anything with Christian, and I know everyone is referring to her by her last name, but I don't think that they've said it out loud, at least clearly to where I know how to pronounce it. So until they do, I'm just going to call her Christian. I could try, but I don't. I would butcher her name worse than Fred Johnson blows up a station. Okay, like it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. So I'm just gonna wait and maybe practice. But we have Rocinante, so we're just gonna have to live with Christian for now. But we didn't get anything on her really last episode, and I think maybe this next episode, maybe we'll get a little bit more. I really like her as an actress, and again, I can't even pronounce her real name, so I'm not gonna. You know what? That's my homework. Next episode, I will have done my homework to where I can pronounce her name, both character and in real life. Don't be proud of me for it, but I've got homework. I'm giving myself homework on the Expanse. Not only learning the asteroid belt and the rest of the solar system and the moons of all the planets, but pronunciation. I don't know if this show is going to make me smarter, but it's going to make me feel smarter. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Oh, my computer just fucking locked. Here we go. Okay.
So why am I being ambushed?
I need to borrow your spy on Tycho Station to keep an eye on Fred Johnson.
Okay.
Well, you can't have him.
Why not?
She did not like being told no right there either.
I wonder if they have ice cream in the snack shop.
Good job, Grandma.
How's your son, Esteban? He's up for parole soon.
Oh, she is.
You're really gonna play that card?
Yep, she sure is.
I couldn't tell anymore if I was still working for the good guys.
I'll go get the ice cream. You make the phone call.
Oh, she is cutthroat, isn't she? Love her.
Rocinante, you are cleared for station dock at berth C4.
Super cool. I love these shots of the ships. Rocinante. Ooh, that station is a little rough there.
You're either some kind of genius, Mr. Holden, or you the luckiest dipshit in the solar system.
Luckiest dipshit.
I broker peace treaties these days.
Not exactly what you're known for.
Tell the others to come out, and I'll get rid of that ship for you.
No one's
Oh,
getting
no,
rid of
no.
our ship.
Well, yeah.
I have half a platoon of pissed off Martian Marines who are just itching for some payback.
As a Corvette-class Martian frigate that typically cruise 30, as a show of force, you would have brought them out. I'm guessing there are 2 to 4 people left on your ship, and I'm confident that there's no Martian Navy on board. You walked off that ship because you're in charge. At least you think you are.
Fred Johnson is a smart man. Damn.
You want to continue to play games? Or shall we talk about how to help each other?
Don't fuck around with that guy. He knows what's up. Miller's hair. Put his hat back on. How?
Hey! You can't do that to him.
Okay. OPA. Does.
I had to let that stinking animal Kalthari go.
Cool.
We're going to have a nice long talk, you and I.
Okay, so not a friend. I thought for sure Anderson helping him and talking to him in the last episode meant that he might have somebody he could rely on. Maybe for a little bit of help. Nope. Abandoned asteroid mine, Martian trade zone.
Diogo!
Setting the last charge now, Uncle Mateo.
Well, hurry up, or you'll be back stealing water on Ceres.
Can you just open your helmet like that in space? I swear to God, I thought your eyes got sucked out of your head or something.
Testify.
To the UN Security Council.
You mean the one that you and the OPA aren't allowed into?
You'll open that door for me.
You want to use me to get yourself a seat at the table. We're going back to our ship now.
Please
I'm
let
afraid
them.
you can't go back to the ship.
Damn it.
You don't want to test this particular guy.
You don't.
Bullet will cut right through me. They will hunt you to the ends of the belt.
Yeah, don't do it, Amos.
How's it going out there?
We have a problem.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying.
Your men, I think they got all the good stuff. So.
Don't look in the
Why
hat.
did you go back to Julie Mal's apartment?
I'm gonna come clean.
I've been stealing her water.
Really like her shower. Great water pressure. No. Hey, hey!
Oh,
You are the station joke. I did my homework.
that's probably why he wants the case, is to prove he's not.
Talking future plans.
Try it on. Your head's big enough.
We are fighting for something precious here, Miller.
Distraction.
That scapulae disaster is a dead fish on your doorstep.
You keep missing the point.
Thanks for giving him his hat back.
Baka, I can't believe I didn't see it before. You're in love with Julie Mal.
I don't know if I get that vibe from him. I wouldn't say in love. Intrigued by. I'm telling you, the show and the water and like the issues with water, it makes me so thirsty watching it.
Attention, Zing Long. Power down and prepare to be boarded.
Uh-oh.
I need this frigate to retrieve the lone survivor, Lionel Polanski.
Who?
It's a code name.
Not Julie.
I'll pick up your operator.
Too valuable as a witness. If you get killed,
The other three saw just as much as I did. They'll stay and be your witnesses.
So if it's a code name, would that be Julie?
You and I both want the same thing. To do right by our people. Let me do this.
Okay, Holden seems a little bit more stable these days. More like strong leadership.
What happened, Pebble Jockey? Did you get drunk and forget to renew your license?
I didn't have the script, Copain.
Or are we being too hard on you? Should we
I
catch your
don't
break?
know, is he?
We are just trying to feed our families.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for you. Absolutely nothing.
What god gives you the right to life's riches, huh?
You skinnies want to take credit for blowing up the Dodger.
What are we gonna blow up your big Martian warship with, huh? Little pebbles?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
Leave him alone!
Come on. Ugh.
Way around talking to fuel, it would die for sure.
That's your problem, not mine.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much.
When the Philotas hit the fan, he will wipe his hands clean of you. That's assuming it's not a setup in the first place.
It's very true.
You guys will be safe here on Tycho till all this blows over, then you can go back to your lives.
Nah, I don't buy that either.
Why are you so hell-bent, Holden? Because this is my fault.
Indeed.
I logged the distress call in the camp.
Amos.
Breathe, buddy, breathe.
I knew.
Ooh. Ooh. That face.
You were afraid of me.
I'm afraid of you. I think she's more afraid of his reaction. Not really him, but poor guy. He needs a hug.
You should have said something.
Oh, whatever, Alex. You're wearing a Martian spacesuit. You were in the Martian Navy.
Let's talk about Julie Mal.
Yes, please do.
She was willing to make a sacrifice for us.
She put herself in your hands because she couldn't see the blood on him. Just like your sister. Is that right? Wasn't she like 15 when you let her die out on a belt? She relied on you to keep her safe.
Would you like me to tell you the real story?
Yes.
My sister Athena was touched by the hand of God. But she was fragile. She was never going to recover. I had 3 other sisters to think about.
So you killed her.
And that makes me a monster.
Yes.
Do you know, is possible to cry so hard that your tears turn to blood? And living with this pain, I came to realize that I have millions of brothers and sisters in the belt. I even count you among them.
So everybody dies for the cause, except for you.
He gets to be governor.
Die as you lived.
with the chip in your hat. Well, not a fan of Anderson.
Yo, hey, Uncle, what are you doing?
No, no!
God.
What is he doing?
No! Get out! Please! I'll try harder. I'm sorry! Oh my God!
He's not gonna sacrifice him, is he?
Uncle! Please!
The fuck? I don't know what just happened.
The OPA killed your son. You sure this isn't personal?
Oh my.
You're damn right it's personal.
You keep me in the loop.
That's that's how you convince him and be like, yeah, it's a personal thing. That's interesting about her son, though. It makes a lot of sense why she would go really hard against the OPA.
I'm Daniel. I'm not interested, Daniel.
Or is he?
That bucker ogling you, he's packing a knife on his left hip. Thanks. What are you, the union rep? I grew up in places like this.
Yeah, I guess you must have been as happy as a puppy with two peckers, right? I didn't mean it like that.
Like what?
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
what?
stop talking. Two more, please.
Probably smart, Alex.
It's an honest living. It's more honest than most.
Wait, is he talking about prostitution?
Why don't you spin some script? Go on. It'd be good for you.
He's got a wife, does he not?
You're not married.
I was married.
You're there? Okay.
Lying in my bed. All I could dream about was getting back out here. Flying the Rocinante back there. That was just about the best feeling I've ever had.
I feel like I just learned a lot about those two. Okay, so Naomi is staying on the ship?
Are there any bodies we need to take care of?
Lieutenant Lopez. He's in the rear hold.
Fred knows.
He died for us.
He knows about the
I'll
chip.
make sure his body's returned to Mars. He's a fellow soldier.
Thank you.
Not doing it for the kindness out of his own heart. That's for damn sure.
I could use a drink. We'll charge it to Fred's tab.
Jesus. Wait. They're not gonna like let him get sucked out into space, right? Oh god! Oh god! Octavia Havelock? Oh goodness. Oh. It's our girl. Whew! Kinda sweating a little bit. That freaked me out.
You don't need to do this.
The man's gonna stand up.
Wait, so he wasn't sacrificing him. He was saving his life. What is he gonna crash into?
Someday, things gonna change.
We'll be okay, Uncle.
Oh.
We'll be okay.
The man's gonna stand up.
Is he... Oh. Oh, I love how they did that shot in his mask in the glass. I also like that it was accurate, that like there wasn't like big flames like Star Wars explosions, that it was just like an explosion and then it immediately got sucked back in.
A little respect.
I have nothing but respect.
Then what's your problem?
What is up with his ball cap? It's so weird.
Those Marines could have saved themselves, gone home to their families. Why did you come back for us?
Well, you're only there because of me.
Yep. Knew that he was going for that chip.
Would you have come back for me?
Probably not. I'm using my last remaining brain cells to try and kill my last remaining brain cells. So let's get to work on that, shall we?
It's kind of weird to see them in that situation. Hey, what you doing with your eyeball there, buddy? Oh, he's famous. That's no good.
I never killed anyone before.
Oh, really? She's a cop. I feel like that should have happened a couple times.
Drink.
Oh, poor baby.
You know, every time you remember something, your mind changes it just a little until your best and your worst memories, they're your biggest illusions. You make yourself forget it.
Appreciate that. It's terrible advice.
Yeah. Mm-mm. No. No, don't. Mm-mm. No. He looks like he tastes funny. Okay, good. Oof.
Found this at Julie's. Let's see what's on it.
Yes, I'm very interested to see what's on this chip. I was like, if it cut the episode, I was gonna freak out. I want to know what's on that chip.
You're late.
What is this?
Oh, spare us a speech.
The ship's ready. Are you?
I guess we lost Amos.
Oh, he'll be here in a sec.
Aww.
I guess I'll put on some coffee.
He's got a team.
We'll bring your Lionel Polanski home. In return, I want you to help me find someone. Someday I'll come to you with a name. No questions asked.
Okay. I would like to know more about that. Oh! I love it! Amos. I love that.
I figured it out.
Oh, so they're not going to show us. He's just going to do exposition. Okay.
What the hell am I looking at?
You're looking at, I don't know, some kind of bioweapon?
Is that the blue thing?
You tell anyone about this?
Just you.
What about this? Copies?
What is happening?
Erase Detective Miller's case files and cancel all his clearances.
What are you doing?
What the hell?
Dawes. He bought you. Now, what does it go for these days, huh? Undying loyalty.
Except Octavia is gonna know.
Help Mr. Miller find the door. If he gives you any problems, feel free to shoot him.
Wow. Gosh. He went to somebody that was above his pay grade, and look what happened. Fuck. How am I all of a sudden Team Miller? Just need him to, like, shave his head and not wear that hat. Just put a paper bag over him. That'll make me happy.
Thanks.
Aw, to-go coffees. Be nice. Attaboy. This is gonna quickly become Alex's ship. I can already tell. Rocinante out. It, per the usual, this show, I can't read it. The police chief firing Miller, being OPA, under Dawes's control. I know it's an old trope that like the mob or like the underground kind of crime boss has control over the police station. But it I don't know how it didn't occur to me, but here we are. Here we are. That's really interesting. And I know the fact that Octavia knows that when Miller's name kind of gets dragged through the mud, she's going to know what's up. I thought it was, and I feel like really bad. And I was kind of thinking about it as I was watching the scene, how she said, like, you know, like, I've never killed anybody before. And I was like, but you're a cop. I don't know why the expectation is, like, in my mind, that cops kill people. I mean, I know why. But, like, I don't know why. I just feel like it's not a big deal for cops to do that. Like, they should just, like, get over it. And I know that that's not the case. I know killing anybody, it would be devastating. And to see her kind of go through that and the realization that she's killed somebody, that she took a life, whether it was to save Miller or not, you know, that's something I think is going to linger with her for a while. And Miller is absolutely no help in helping her get through that. And that little weird almost kiss moment. I'm sorry. Miller's just gross. Like, there's like, If it's not his hat, it's his hair. If it's not his hair, it's his face. I don't know. I don't. I'm warming up to Miller, and it's really weird that I'm Team Miller in this scenario. I just like that. He just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if that's fair or not. Maybe I'll learn to love the guy. I don't know. But the one guy that surprisingly I am learning to love is Holden. Like, I don't mind when people show emotions. I don't like when someone in leadership acts erratically because I don't think that that's a leader. Because I am somebody who's very emotional and I think that I would probably lose my shit. So I didn't like to see him like kind of lose control of himself, but I feel like he is kind of a natural born leader. And you know, the way he handles Fred Johnson and kind of like playing chess with him a little bit of like, well, I'm going to make this move and you're going to make this move and we're at a stalemate. So we've got to figure something out. But obviously Fred Johnson is a little bit smarter in the sense that he knew to look on Lopez's body for that chip. And I don't know what's on that chip. I thought it was a confession or something that would exonerate our crew on the Rocinante, but apparently they gave their statements to Fred Johnson. So now I don't know what's on that chip. I don't know. I don't know if it's something to do with the chip that Miller had, the blue thing that was on the scopuli. It's all starting to come together, but like still very far apart. I don't know what's happening. But I do like that it's a mystery that I'm really trying to figure out, like, because that's the thing that I love about doing these reactions is like my gears are turning and I'm trying to pay attention and soak everything in, but at the same time I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out before the information is revealed, and I'm either gonna look like a genius or a crazy person, but it's most likely gonna be a crazy person. Neither are wrong. Now, it's really interesting because we got a little bit of insight into Alex and Amos, and I don't know if I misread the situation, speaking of genius or crazy person, if Amos was a prostitute. Is that what I was getting? The vibe that the guy that came over and talked to him was a prostitute, and that's why he asked if they were paid well or treated well. And then he said it's honest work, which as long as you're actually paid well, I think that it is an honest work. Or an honest job for sure. That's interesting. That especially if Amos grew up around it, not necessarily that he was in it, but the fact that he was around it, I find very curious. And then with Alex, I thought the picture he had was of his wife and child, and maybe that is his wife and that is his child, but he is no longer in the picture, literally. God, my jokes are dad level. He said that when he is on a ship, all he could dream about was being in his bed back home. And then when he was in his bed back home, all he could dream about was being back in a ship. And that being on the Rocinante and flying that ship made him feel alive. I love that for him. I really do. I don't know if that's, you know, what broke up his family is that he was always dreaming about being in space, and every time he was in space, he was missing them. You kind of can't have both. You have to make a choice, and apparently the choice was made for him, unfortunately. Now there was the story with the uncle and the nephew in space, and the nephew was kind of left floating in space while the uncle, I think, took down I'm just gonna say police because like they pulled him over in space, but like I'm believing he threw the rocks at them and destroyed their ship, which was a bold move. At first, I thought he was killing his nephew so he could survive, and I think that story, people wrote it in the comments. The cold equations, yes. That's all I could think of was like that's what he was doing is so he could have more fuel carrying one less person. But if that were the case, he could have just abandoned the rocks. So, but my mind was still stuck on the cold equations. But what a badass. What a badass uncle deciding to take a stand, even if it was something small. For the belt. Although, for the belt, I am not a fan of Anderson Dawes. The story about his sister, for people who are new to my channel, if you've watched any of my reactions which involved siblings, my sister died nearly 19 years ago, so it's been a while, but it was cancer. It was devastating to watch her wither away. And now I am an only child. And so when I hear that he was willing to sacrifice his sister for the rest of his family, I don't think that makes him a hero. That makes him a coward. Sacrifice yourself so your sister can live, Ben. Don't kill her. Now, there might be some situations in which I can feel sympathy and empathy for Anderson, especially because he's lived his whole life on the belt and he wants freedom for his people. So there is sympathy to be felt, but now that I know this story, I don't know if I will ever quite get there. And for personal reasons. Just like Christian. What a segue that was. Good grief. So I didn't know her son died because of the OPA. And she's going after Fred Johnson, who is OPA. I'm sure that there's more there, and how she came to the conclusion that she needed to go to Tycho Station and that she needed to get more information on Fred Johnson and how she thinks this is all related. There has to be more information there because it seemed very convenient for her to all of a sudden start talking about Fred Johnson in this episode when we had never heard her talk about him before, or Tycho Station, or her son for that matter. But now it makes sense why her grandson's always around. I think her having a personal vendetta is actually really terrifying, more so than Fred Johnson. I feel like she, like it was said, that she would do anything to win. I still believe this. It's hard because I want to like her, but at the same time, like I don't know. I don't know who to trust. I feel like Naomi is the only person I trust, and even then, with her talking to Fred Johnson and having that discussion, like, I'm going to come to you with a name and I'm going to ask you a favor, no questions asked. What the hell does that mean? So maybe I don't trust anybody. I mean, I didn't even trust when Holden was giving them the coffees. I was like, it's poisoned. Like, I trust no one. Absolutely no one. But I feel like the code name, the person that they're going to go try to find for Fred Johnson is actually Julie. Maybe because her name was on the signal that sent the distress call, and she seemed to be the last person alive on the Scopuli. So I'm wondering if she's the contact. It's all coming together. Like everybody, all the pieces are starting to move into place. I'm on episode 6. I don't know how many episodes are in this first season. So if there's 12, halfway through. If there's 8, we're almost there. Not quite sure. But it's getting so good. After losing Shed, that moment, I feel like literally skyrocketed. Space puns. Is that a pun? I don't even know. I'm so tired right now. Anyway, I am looking forward to this next episode because, like, I'm getting giddy to watch these. Like, I bought a T-shirt. Like I'm doing like homework on. I'm going to do homework on how to pronounce her last name. Although I like that they've called her Christian in the show, so I don't feel like I'm completely out of left field for saying that. But it's interesting because, like, the stuff that you can actually learn about, the stuff that they're talking about, is real places. Like Phoebe's real, Sirius is real. Obviously not the stations. I wish space travel was like this, even remotely. But I'm really, really getting into this, and I'm really getting attached to people, which is scary for me because getting attached to a character for me means heartbreak at some point. So, like, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything that I missed or I need to know moving forward. No spoilers. But I'm really liking this show, guys. I'm really liking it. For everybody who's new to the channel, thank you for commenting and being excited for me to get into this. I love like seeing like, oh, I love a new Expanse reactor, and I'm just like, yay! Like, I love that everything is growing and that I'm getting more and more friends and that I have more people to talk to about this. It's been a lot of fun over on Patreon. You can head over there. I haven't quite posted episode 4, but I put a little picture of my thumbnail and the face I made when I saw Shed go bye-bye and had a little little quick pun chat with people about not losing your head, and you know, it's really a head scratcher as to what this picture could possibly mean. It's fun over there, guys. All right. I'll see ya. Link for the shirts down below. It's just Amazon. You guys can Google it if you want. Whatever. See ya.